Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. Going to be about 83, humid. Hot, not overly crazy. It's not going to be in the 90s. We had a couple of 90s last few days.
Yeah, we did.
But a little humid and about 83, and maybe some rain later on tonight, overnight possible. You might see a little shower. Cande, we are back after an extended weekend. How did it go for you?
It went well, except my pool date was canceled because Esme, Ellen's daughter, had some sort of stomach bug, and I certainly didn't want to get that.
No, and that was supposed to be yesterday, right?
Yesterday, yeah, so that was a little disappointing, but otherwise, it's a great weekend.
Well, better that they knew and they told you ahead of time.
Yeah, at first she was like, oh, I think she's all right. Then she called back. She goes, not all right. You better not come. I'm like, that's fine.
All I would have needed to hear, let's just, for argument's sake, let's say it was Barbecue Tom. He calls me, he says, listen, I know we had a plan. I just want to let you know, one of my kids might have a stomach bug. We're not sure. At that, but might have? Yep. Once he says might have, I'm out, Cande.
I hear you. Brian was like, we're not, I don't think we should go. I said, well, let's wait a little. I don't think we should go. Then she calls, she goes, I'm so sorry. I'm like, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I don't need a stomach virus. Thank you very much.
That's right. And, you were, I know you felt bad about it, but you were sick on her graduation.
I was. I couldn't make it. I was dizzy.
Yeah. And now she was sick on your pool date.
Yes, so. yes. But Friday is a national holiday, and I'll be going out to lunch with my girls in honor of myself.
Yes, Candy's birthday this Friday, and we're going to celebrate Thursday. I won't be here Friday, but who is going out to...
Ellen and Yvonne.
Yeah.
My,
Your besties, I know.
My besties.
Even though, as we know, big listeners of the show, Yvonne, sometimes on the outs, as we know.
Never on the
Sorry,
outs.
Yvonne, sorry, but...
oh, stop it.
We've heard about some of those fights that you two have had.
Every now and then.
Every once in a while. Do you have a particular place picked out? You're all ready to go?
We do. We're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Then I'm meeting my sons and their significance and whatever. And Brian and I will have another dinner. I'll be celebrated all weekend. What can I say?
Very nice. Now, I don't want to get lost in the shuffle here. You said something I just have to ask a quick follow-up to. You said, I'll be meeting my sons and their significance. Does Evan have a new...
No,
okay.
I misspoke. I just threw it all into one pile.
Got it. So
Here's the difference.
Yes.
I have Evan, who was in Provincetown, Rhode Island, all weekend. Still is there. It's leaving this morning. He says next summer, he's bringing me for a week. He knows I'll love it there. So he's living the single life and traveling. And I have my other one, who's painting a nursery all weekend.
Of course he is, yes.
Yeah.
The windows open, getting the paint dry.
2 days worth. He put the first coat Saturday, finished up Sunday, finished up whatever, clean up, tree trimming yesterday, and now it's done.
He's a man of many talents, Cande.
Yes, just him and himself.
All right, well, good. Did he send you some pictures?
I wanted him to. He didn't. I'll have to remind him again.
Yeah. So when your July 4th plans canceled, what did you and Brian end up doing?
We went to the park. Tilly had a nice little run around, and listen, it's the 4th of July. I'm having a hot dog for dinner.
Okay, all right. Very good.
We had hot dogs and baked beans and coleslaw, and it was really good. I love hot dogs.
I was wondering about that as my father and I were texting. There are certain days you must have a hot dog. You feel like, I got to have a dog or I got to have a burger.
I just had to have one yesterday. That's it.
We were texting during the hot dog eating contest, and we love that show. It's so much fun. The guy who does the introductions and does the commentary.
I know. I just can't stand watching it. It sickens me.
But I always thought to myself,
if I watched it, though, maybe I wouldn't have had a hot dog. It would have turned me off.
That's possible. I also wonder if Joey Chestnut, just on a typical day, gets invited over to a barbecue. Do you think he says, hey, I'll take one burger and one dog? I mean, how does that work if he shows up at your barbecue?
What kind of an eater is he outside of this eating competition?
Yeah, and
Good question.
Not just him.
I don't think he sits down and eats 70 hot dogs. I just don't.
I wouldn't think so, but my question is, can he go to okay, let's say it's a restaurant. Can he go out to a restaurant, have a steak and some mashed potatoes, and be full afterwards?
I think so.
All right. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never shoved 70 hot dogs down my throat.
I don't know.
I can't answer you.
All right. Yeah, July 4th, yesterday, as a matter of fact, most of the weekend, Abigail spent probably from 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening on. She spent it in the basement with Millie most of the weekend because you can't hear anything in our basement, and Millie is so frightened of the fireworks.
It wasn't a good night. If you noticed, I texted you at like 12:30.
Yes.
I didn't see your original text.
Right.
But there was so much commotion with the fireworks, and Tilly was upset, and I couldn't sleep, and yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, it was, Millie was, all weekend was a disaster, and this dog...
What does she do when she gets upset?
She shakes violently. She shakes.
It's terrible.
Abigail had her under a blanket, and she took her down to the basement, and she falls asleep. She fell asleep down in the basement because it's... Now, our basement is like fully, besides being a basement, it's got soundproofing up on like the walls. You can't hear anything. We were down here during Hurricane Sandy. You couldn't hear a thing.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah. So we took her down here. But we spent the 4th of July at home. And Dana cooked up some chicken thighs and couscous and beans and broccoli with lemon and garlic. And yes, it was wonderful. We had a nice...
All right. Chicken thighs. How does she cook them?
Yeah, she puts some different seasonings on them and bakes them in the oven. And
gotcha.
They come out great. It's our meal of choice.
I tell you, the hot dogs we put in the air fryer, nothing makes a hot dog better than an air fryer. Don't give me the grill. Nothing. Put your hot dogs in the air fryer. The best.
Well, this is big news because my parents just set up an air fryer on their counter.
You need to talk to me, honeys.
We got the pictures to prove it. So, what do you do? How do you put the hot dog in? For how long?
Oh, for how long? I have to look at my little thing. I'm going to say 10 minutes or less.
Okay.
And I put little marks, like, in it.
Yeah.
And it just makes it crispy on the outside. I'm telling you, it's the best way to make a hot dog.
Wonderful. Very nice.
Well, if they need any help with their little air fryer, I've certainly been around the twist with ours. We've put just about everything in it, and we do love it.
Very nice. By the way, I was reading about a brewery in Texas. It's taking hot dog water and creating a hard seltzer out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't know how that's
I don't like water dogs or their water. They go, oof.
Yeah.
I won't eat a water dog. No way.
Not sure how that's going to be.
Or shall I say a dirty water dog?
I love the dirty water dogs.
No, I won't eat one. No.
I love them. Candy coming up. I'll give you a recap of our fest on Sunday and some other things. I took Elijah out shopping Saturday on July 2nd.
Oh.
We have to discuss. And I also want to bring up a story, see if we have time to discuss it. Your son's cat, which you...
Yes, and let me clarify.
Yeah.
I have to get his text. All right, we'll clarify in the next break.
Fine, we will do that in just a little bit. 7:30, special song. 7:47, lots to talk about, including a recap of our show on Sunday, the Fest. We have a hot day, humid, about 83, 84 degrees. Let's hit the roads. My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.